It's Kyle Gulak with Century Partners, and today I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada for MUFC, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be playing golf at the beautiful Wynn Golf Club, and today I'll be playing with Ben Little, a 14-unit Zaxby's operator who does $55 million annually in sales. In a tough economic environment, Ben absolutely crushes it as an operator. His store averages significantly outpace a system-wide AUV. In addition to the 14 Zaxby's units that Ben operates, he's recently opened his first Sweat House location, with 9 more under development in the Raleigh, North Carolina market. So Ben, Zaxby's carries fairly high national average of sales, and you found a way to outpace them. How do you do it?
It's probably the most popular question I get asked. Most of the time, the answers I give are a bunch of answers that people usually don't want to hear. But the simple version is we've done 1,000 little things consistently for a long period of time, which my ongoing joke on Twitter is that my mastermind course sales don't do very well, because that's in essence what the course says, is just consistency over long periods of time. And that's really a big piece of it. And then there's luck too. We got lucky that we chose a good market. We got lucky that we chose a good brand. And, my 2 partners, one of which is my dad and longtime family friends, my other partner, they're both real estate guys. So we always kind of had a little bit of an edge in the real estate department and site selection. So that's a big piece of it. But those are the unsexy answers that a lot of people don't like to hear.
Question number 2 is a simple one. If you had 1 round of golf left to play in your life, where are you playing that round of golf?
So in fairness, Kyle sent me this question before he asked it. And I thought about it all morning. Because the obvious answer is Augusta National or Cypress or Pine Valley. But I'll say 2 things.
Maybe we should stipulate, that you've played.
Okay.
Because Augusta's the obvious answer.
Yeah. I would say it's almost a push between the old course and North Berwick, and honestly, I'd say just for pure fun and just enjoyment of the round, I'd probably say North Berwick in Edinburgh, Scotland. I just absolutely love that course, and it's just beautiful. And then the other thing too that I've learned and continued to reinforce as I get older is it's much less about the course that you play, and it's more so about who you play it with. I mean, I don't care if I'm playing at Pebble Beach or something. I mean, I'd rather play at my local club with 3 really good friends than play a really nice course all by myself.
So far, so good.
Yeah, a little shaky. We're using the rental clubs here, so a little adjustment period, dialing in the yardages, and definitely not having my putter is a big adjustment, but we're gonna make it work. I mean, look at this tee shot. I mean, it's like you're playing in a video game. It's just incredible.
All right, so I'm a big the one thing guy.
Mm-hmm.
The fastest way to a point is a straight line.
Yep.
So what is the one thing that you think an operator can do to sustain long-term success?
Don't go to 0 would be number 1. and that's
It's important.
From my trading background. That was always kind of rule number 1 in trading, is that don't go to 0 is priority 1, which I actually did do twice. So I'm speaking from experience. And I think there's a couple good voices in the wilderness right now on social media, and specifically Twitter, that are kind of educating about the perils and hazards of leverage and debt and those kind of things. And leverage and debt are great tools if you use them wisely, but if you don't really understand the downside power that both of those things hold, then you can get in trouble really quick. There's a lot of successful people that, again, going back to the luck piece, is if they just didn't go to 0 at some point, they probably would have went on and done great things, but because they went to 0 and then it took them so long just to get back to where they were, just makes the game really hard. So rule number 1 is don't go to 0.
I like that. It's a offshoot of what the late great Memphis rapper Young Dolph used to say. Rule number 1, get the money first.
Get the money first. That's right, baby. All right.
Shoved it there. Dang it. 3-putt par.
4, 5, 6. God, this hole got me last time too. Bogeyed it.
Well, more to come. Looking for a birdie on this one.
It's funny because the par fives are like, they're gettable, but there's also water and big trouble on all the par fives too. So it's, yeah, like you want to go for, get it on the green and 2 on all of these, but just trying to be disciplined. Out in Seattle for this tee shot.
Your favorite golfer of all time and the lowest score you've ever shot?
Favorite golfer was another one that I really struggled with. I mean, I grew up in the Tiger era, but as far as like on course, then yeah, he's probably my favorite to watch. But like if I just had to like play a round with someone, it would probably be Boo Weekley.
I like that.
Just a good old country boy. Great storyteller, doesn't take himself real seriously, and he's just funny as hell. I mean, I could just listen to him. I mean, I'm from Georgia and I have a little bit of an accent, but Boo's got like a real southern accent, and he's just funny as shit. So Boo Weekley's probably my favorite golfer.
All right, well, let's go get these up and in, and then we'll come back to the lowest score. All right, a couple good up and down pars. The lowest score you ever shot. Where did it take place and how did it happen?
Funny enough, it's right where we're playing right now, here at the beautiful Wynn golf course in Las Vegas, Nevada. Had been up till 4 in the morning the night before, playing craps and baccarat. Was really hungover, was using rental clubs, had 0 expectations, hit about 5 warm-up balls, and bogeyed 3 of the first 4 holes. Then I just woke up and just went nuclear the rest of the round, made everything inside of 15 feet, and ended up shooting a 71 for the day. Had a putt on 18 to shoot even par and missed it. So that would have been the first time, but still my lowest score. I've shot 73 4 or 5 times, but 71 here at the Wynn Golf Club. Oh, he did it. He did it.
That's 100 on somebody.
All right, we'll find something to go double or nothing on.
Come on, we'll find something. Hey, I'm betting on you, and your mate takes the other side.
You believe that?
What would you? Oh, I can't believe that.
Yeah, you would never know Kyle was recovering from a very serious back injury.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, it's easy to forget about when you just pipe it 300 yards down the center every hole.
It took a lot of hard work behind the scenes.
I think every time I've like stood on the first tee, like, all right, I'm gonna shoot X score, you invariably never shoot that score.
Never happens.
And like all of my best rounds ever have been when I've gone in with no expectations, and I just go through my routine every shot and just try and play it one shot at a time. And I think a lot of that applies to business too. Is like when you go into business, say, you know, I want to make $5 million this year or whatever it is. It's like that's the exact wrong way to do this. You know, you need to just focus on the processes outside of the outcome, and that's what every good entrepreneur does.
One shot at a time, one hole at a time.
That's it.
It's a remarkable comparison for golf and business. We've heard from a lot of our operator clients that sales are down to start the year, a lot based on some of the weather patterns that have slowed things up. Have you seen the same?
Yeah, the weather definitely sucked for
Kind of
winter
across the
this
country,
year.
yeah.
I mean, it was really bad, and basically from Tennessee north, it was brutal. But I mean, now that we're past the winter weather, it's really been pretty good. I mean, QSR overall is still seeing down traffic. You're seeing less price takes now. Consumers definitely getting more sensitive to pricing. I think you're still seeing the good brands are outperforming. The kind of older legacy staler brands are losing traction with the modern consumers. There's this big thing on value right now and discounting, and you know, like something that I've changed my mind on recently is like value isn't just a price thing. Like, value is the experience too, and the brands that are winning are providing the better experience now.
Nice stroke.
Very nice.
Very nice. Look at that.
Putt right there. Up and down.
Oh, what a par. Can I ask you a question?
No. Yeah, go right ahead.
What's your one round with 3 good friends? What course?
Well, I went old course earlier. That's where it'd be. Probably my dad and 2 brothers.
Yeah.
Can't beat that. We can fill out the foursome. And yeah, as you get older, they're the most important people in your life. So that's probably what I would do.
No doubt.
150 pin, 135 covers the water.
That might be really good.
Just gotta cover the water.
Go.
Oh no!
Oh, it's all over
no.
it there. Dang. So forecasting ahead to next year at this time, do you think our overall economic environment translating, I guess, directly to sales, we're in a similar, better, or worse?
God. That is a tough question. I mean, I think and hope the current administration is smart enough to know that the economy has been overheated for going on 5 years and is just on a completely unsustainable path. And that's why I really do hope that the work that Elon and Doge is doing is going to get the deficit under control, because ultimately, I mean, if our currency blows up, then it doesn't really matter what the hell else is going on. That's a really tough question. I mean, I think it'll be similar, but I do think the easy money time is over, and you're going to have to start earning it again, so to speak. And some of these kind of companies that have kind of just drug on since COVID, I think you're going to start to see some of them go away. I've learned the hard way to not be a pessimist when it comes to specifically the United States of America and the economy. So I always try to look at it glass half full, and like even if the economy tanks, I mean, the good news with QSR is it's pretty resistant proof, because people still got to eat 3 times a day, even if they don't have any money and don't have a job. So that's one of the reasons why I like being in QSR.
We're both long America and subscribe to the theory that winners win.
Yes,
So we'll find a way.
absolutely.
Are tariffs going to have any impact on your business? I'm somewhat of a tariff expert, but I want to hear what you say.
Yes, it's mainly for equipment stuff. We get a bunch of our equipment and small wares and things from China and elsewhere in Asia, so that unfortunately does impact us. But as far as like other supply chain stuff, not really.
So when you're looking to open a new Zaxby's location, what are you looking for?
It's a lot of things. I mean, I love all the data and analytics tools that we have access to now. You like your Buxtons and your Calibrates and all of those. But when it comes to QSR specifically, I mean, you still got to pass the eye test. I mean, I've learned through experience, specifically in my kind of 2-day part QSR, that you want to have a dinner store, not a lunch store. You want to have a weekend store, not a Monday through Friday store. You got to have good ingress, egress. Yeah, I generally think people overestimate hard corners, just because a lot of times the ingress, egress won't be great at a hard corner. I think that's what a lot of people really overvalue, is like the visibility. And the reality is that people can't get in and out of your lot really easily. They're just not going to come in, because a sad truth is that there's a lot of lazy Americans, and if they can't get in and out easy, they're just not going to come in. Average income's funny, because if you get too low, then that's bad, but if you get too high, that's also bad. So there's kind of a sweet spot in there for average income. Obviously, you want to try and be in a growing area, an area that's not shrinking in population. And really the golden goose, especially in QSR, is if you can get in the way of future growth and future development, because usually you're going to be able to pay less because you're kind of betting on the come, so to speak, but then it'll eventually grow into a really good location. So that's kind of the hot tips. Yeah, my goodness.
Thank you.
My goodness. Is that birdie?
It is. Are you finding a way to get ground up development to pencil? And maybe some of that path of progress store development is a way to do so?
I would say yes and no. Ground up, for most brands right now, you better be projecting above AUV. If you're projecting kind of AUV or sub AUV, I would say it's very difficult to make a ground up development deal pencil right now. So I think that's why tools like sale leasebacks and ground leases and some of these other things are becoming more attractive right now. But yeah, it's tough to make a pencil.
Yeah, we're seeing the same. All right, let's see if we can make this putt. Add another birdie to the card.
Whew, we're grinding. But you know, a lot of times in golf, that's what it takes to shoot good scores. It's like you just grind trying to make some pars, and then all of a sudden you start hitting some greens and regs, some putts start dropping, and
2-3 feet
that's
left.
when you have a special round.
It's just because it's.
Oh, I stubbed it. Yeah, it's a good line.
Flank golfer. Ooh.
Very nice. Great playing with you today.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Kyle.
Let's go enjoy the
Absolutely.
back nine
I'm gonna
without the camera crew. Is there anything we didn't cover that you want to add? Or do we get it all?
We could probably sit here and opine for the rest of the day on any number of topics, but I think we covered a lot of the high points.
Who won the front nine? Did we tie?
No, unfortunately you got me because I bogeyed that par 5 on the last hole and you birdied it, which swung the match there. So
I think it was like 2 over on the front, so you probably weren't too far behind.
yeah, well, you were 1 over, I think.
It's possible.
You were 1 over.
I did
and was
just
3
3 putt
over.
for bogey on 9, so.
Okay, we had 2 over. 2 over. Yeah, 2 over to 4 over. So.
Okay, cool. Well, good
But
play.
wasn't pretty, but
yeah,
we
that's right.
skanked it
Yeah,
around.
We sure did.
Yeah.
That part is abundantly clear.
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you.